What is a NEBOSH IGC open book examination? An open book examination can test the same learning outcomes and assessment criteria as invigilated paper-based examinations. However, unlike a closed book assessment, you can access textbooks and digital resources when completing an open book examination. Open book examinations test your ability to extract and apply relevant knowledge and organize it to address the question asked. What will the format of the open book examination be? The open book assessment will begin by giving you a scenario. This will typically describe a realistic organization or workplace with an outline of normal operational activities and worker behavior. The scenario may go on to outline a developing situation, such as an incident or safety intervention. You may be asked to imagine that you hold a specific role, such as a safety manager, in the workplace described. You will be asked to carry out a series of tasks, which may be split into several subtasks. We will specify the maximum marks available for each to help you manage your time. These tasks will partially or entirely draw on the signposts and evidence within the scenario. Answers therefore need to be relevant to the scenario and, in some cases, specific evidence will be required to support answers. As there is an expectation of more detail and reflection, you will be given 24 hours to research and complete the examination. This is a challenge that really tests your ability to interpret the scenario before answering the questions set using the knowledge gained through your general certificate studies. You will be able to complete the assessment at home wherever you are in the world. Dependent on the specific scenario, an example question might be: how could you improve consultation with the workforce in this organization? Note: support your answer using examples from the scenario. Or, assess the effectiveness of consultation within this organization. Note: support your answer using examples from the scenario. How long do I have to complete my examination? You will have 24 hours to complete and submit your answers. You do not have to complete the examination all in one go. Take your time to review your resources and to apply your knowledge. The 24 hours window is to ensure all our learners have time to plan and complete the examination. You are not expected to be working for all that time. The 24-hour window reflects the fact that there are NEBOSH learners in multiple time zones and everyone will have work and family commitments to work around. The 24-hour window takes these factors into account and gives you the option to pace yourself by breaking your work on the examination into smaller chunks. Where do I complete my examination? You complete your open book examination at home. To allow you to concentrate during your examination, it is important that you prepare a comfortable space to work. NEBOSH recommends you to organize the following before examination time starts. A desk or table that gives you space to refer to reading materials and prepare your answers. A comfortable chair, good lighting, comfortable temperature. A clock so you can monitor your time to ensure you hit the submission deadline. Remember, the deadline will be BST time, so if you are completing the examination outside of the UK, you will need to make sure you consider any time zone differences. A supply of refreshments and snacks to maintain your energy levels. If you can create a space that allows you to focus intently on your paper, you should be able to finish the questions in 4 or 5 hours. Please remember to look after yourself, making sure you eat, rest and sleep. Am I allowed to refer to my course books, notes, or any other materials? You can refer to written and online materials to help you prepare your answers. However, you must ensure that the work you submit is entirely your own, and for the whole time the examination is live you must not Communicate with learning partner staff on the topic of the assessment. Communicate with other learners on the topic of this assessment. Seek advice or contribution from any third party, including proofreaders, friends, or family members. During the examination you can use textbooks, learning materials and other resources for reference. Please be careful not to copy directly from the reference books. Use your own words applying the knowledge gained during your training course. Will I need to reference study material? It is important to reference any materials used during your examination because your answers will be scrutinized for plagiarism and collusion. The level of referencing expected will be to simply list the sources of information you have used. This can include textbooks, journals, articles, and online sources, etc. Making your reference list while you are writing responses will help to ensure you do not miss any references. Your reference list does not count towards the overall word limit. What standards of behavior do NEBOSH expect during an open book examination? You are expected to act responsibly and with integrity. In the context of an open book examination, this means you are permitted to refer to your own course and revision notes. Look up information in offline or online resources, for example textbooks or online journals. Expected to indicate clearly the presence of all material you have quoted from other sources by including the source material in a reference list. Required to confirm that the work that you are submitting for the open book examination is entirely your own work, except where otherwise indicated, and that you have not copied from the work of any other learner, nor consulted or colluded with any other learner or other person during the examination. What do I need to know about malpractice? We expect, and trust, that you will seek to maintain the integrity of the assessment, and of the qualification, by ensuring you follow the instructions for the open book examination. Failure to adhere to these requirements will be considered a breach of the malpractice policy, where the offences of plagiarism, collusion, impersonation/commissioning are relevant. NEBOSH has a clear policy on plagiarism and collusion within assessments. Please see the policy and procedures for suspected malpractice in examinations and assessments for further information. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is taking the work of another person or source and claiming it as your own. The following are examples of plagiarism, including paragraphs, sentences, and the ideas, either published or unpublished, of others, including the work of other learners, without acknowledgement of the source through referencing. Paraphrasing the work and ideas of others without acknowledgement through referencing, including material from computer files or downloaded from the internet. How do I avoid plagiarism? To avoid plagiarism, you must reference your open book examination submission. This means acknowledging where you have used sources, ideas, or work that is from someone else. You can do this simply by creating a list of sources used. What is collusion and impersonation? Collusion is when two or more learners collaborate to produce work which is submitted by each in an identical, or highly similar, open book examination submission with the claim that the work was completed independently. Collusion is a form of plagiarism, involving unauthorized cooperation between at least two people, with the intent to deceive. Impersonation is when a learner asks someone else to complete all, or part, of their open book examination submission and then claims the work as their own. After your open book examination, your learning partner will contact you to undertake a closing interview. The purpose of the closing interview is to confirm that the work you have submitted is your own work and that you did not have assistance in completing your assessment. The interviewer may ask you questions based on your open book examination. Your closing interview will take place via a video link and will be conducted by an interviewer nominated by your learning partner. Your closing interview is not an assessment, and therefore you will not receive a mark for it. Subscribe to our channel for latest updates. For more details and upcoming training schedule, contact +974 4401 0888. Email sales@enertechqatar.com.